Mastering Theta State. Advanced Astral Projection Course, by Kriya. Use pause breathing to increase theta waves. As already mentioned in the previous topic, we breathe differently during sleep. In fact, the deep breathing rhythm during your sleep matches your brain wave level. Meaning the breathing rhythm influences the brain waves. For example, the deeper and low you breathe, the lower your brain waves get. With this knowledge, you can speed up your brain waves to beta by breathing faster, or slow down your brain waves to alpha or theta, by breathing slowly. As you can see, breathing gives you an extra control power over your brain waves level. But for our training purpose, we are not going to speed up your brain waves. We are not interested in beta waves, we are more interested in slowing down the brain waves to get to the sleep state, to theta waves. So in addition to all the advices already given to sleep faster, like having your eyes closed, a fairly cold room, being relaxed, motionless and in a comfortable position, you may also apply the deep breathing technique to slow down your brain waves further, in order to get to the sleepy state faster. To make it work, your breathing needs to sound very close to your sleeping breathing rhythm. Obviously most of us don't know how we sound when you sleep, so it's understandable if you don't know how to do it. If you are really determined to perfect this skill and have the means, I would suggest you record yourself sleeping at night, then listen to how you sound when you wake up. That's the easiest and more accurate way of knowing how you breathe during sleep. So you would sleep with a sound recorder in bed, close enough to your head to catch the sound of breath. When you listen to it in the morning, memorize the pattern so you can exercise to mimic it. Exercise to reproduce that sleeping breathing pattern any time in the day. Lying down and reproducing your sleeping breathing. When the night comes and ready to go to bed, apply that breathing rhythm to get your brain to a sleep state faster. If you can't record yourself while you sleep, then at least listen to a few recorded sleeping breathing patterns of other people, just to get an idea, then try the same. You will still be able to reduce your brain waves by copying other people's sleep breathing pattern. But of course it is less effective than reproducing your own sleep breathing. In my early days when I was still actively exercising to induce the theta state, I didn't have this knowledge of sleep breathing. So I didn't have a chance to record myself. However, I already witnessed myself breathing and snoring many times during theta state. I've heard myself many times enough to know how I breathe when I sleep. So later it was easy for me to reproduce the rhythm whenever I needed to push myself to a fast sleep to start an astral projection. Now I'd like you to examine the sleep breathing pattern carefully. Note the pause before each inhalation. And the deep long inhalation, which is usually longer than the exhale. It won't be same exact timing for everyone, but in general, your exhale time will be shorter than your inhalation. This pause before each inhalation is slightly longer during sleep compared to when you are awake. When you are awake, you immediately inhale after an exhale. But when you are sleeping, you would pause a little before you inhale. Those are the main rules you need to apply to trick your brain to lower its beta waves for more theta waves. Now here's a secret: the pause before inhalation triggers more theta waves when you sleep. So you can alternate the time of pause between 1 to 2.5 seconds before you inhale. Meaning sometimes during your sleeping breathing pause for 1 second, and sometimes pause for 2 seconds. Do this without getting out of breath, of course. It's not necessary to force it. If you can't pause for 2 seconds, then just don't. But if you can, it's an advantage. And here's where it becomes even more advantageous. That is when you are waking up and still motionless. When you come out of sleep this way, you should not modify your sleep breathing. You should allow yourself to continue with the same breathing rhythm you are already in. You will simply emphasize a little bit on the pauses before each inhalation. This is to increase theta waves quickly while you still have your consciousness active. If your brain waves were already of theta kind just before you woke up, the conscious pauses in your breathing would increase the theta waves faster. In this condition, theta sensations will happen at the moment you pause. Meaning you will feel a theta body sensation each time you pause longer. I'd like to also warn you that the theta sensations like body vibrations, the loud noise, the tingling, may or not happen to everybody. This is especially the case if you've had few conscious astral projections before in the past. It may happen that you get into theta state without realizing it. However, from experience I've noticed that even if you don't sense anything during theta state, applying the breathing pauses usually rises the theta sensations. That also means you may use pause breathing as a mean of checking if you are close or already in theta state. Whenever you find yourself awake, don't move, continue with the sleep breathing you're already in, and start pausing a little longer before inhaling. Make it a habit. An habit which will surprise you. Don't let this important knowledge stay intellectual. Test it, practice it. Add this skill in your curriculum. It's all these little skills which make you master the art of astral projection. That being said, catch me in the next topic to learn more methods on how to further decrease beta waves, in order to increase more theta waves.